HorseGirl Films, and in today's video I'm going to be unboxing a new riding helmet and also talking about my worst fall yet. The helmet I got is the same helmet that I had before. It's the Trauma Void EQ3, and Trauma Void is back on track's helmet brand. My only complaint about this helmet is this vent popped out for some reason, and it used to move back, but it's gotten jammed, I think, in my fall. It doesn't matter because I will not be using this helmet anymore. You should always replace your helmet after you fall. This helmet also has MIPS, which, if you don't know what MIPS is, it's a type of helmet technology that I believe was developed for football, but then they started putting it in ski gear, and they put it in bike helmets and stuff now. They put it in like everything. I believe this specific helmet style within Trauma Void was the first equestrian helmet to have MIPS in it, if I'm not mistaken, which is really cool. And also, I can actually show you some of the MIPS technology because it's yellow and it's right in here, and it's this kind of like shell, and that allows, you can kind of see it has movement, so it kind of, you can't really, but there's more to the MIPS than just that shell, but that's part of it, and it just allows for movement within the helmet when you fall. That way your head just doesn't like smash, you know what I mean? Another safety feature about this helmet that's really interesting, this visor is kind of like flexible. If you can tell here, it's not like a solid visor. You might be wondering like, why is it like, that doesn't make any sense. I have seen people like catch your visor on the ground. It's either gonna break off your helmet or catch your head, and it's not gonna feel good. So having that flexible visor just adds a little bit of safety to it. That's the gist of this helmet. As far as helmets go, it's not like the most expensive. I believe normally it's $250, which I do realize is a lot of money, but I think that this helmet is definitely worth the money. And right now, this helmet style, they stopped making this exact one. They kind of made like a newer version of it, so it's on sale. It's $150 now. So if you guys want this helmet, go find it somewhere because they're selling quick, and I really love this helmet. I would 10 out of 10 recommend. Saved my brains from some scrambling the other day. This little girl did her job. This is my new helmet. Let's go ahead and crack this open. And while I open it, I'm going to tell you guys what happened. So it is currently Friday, and Monday I fell off. The crazy thing is, it was the day after the state show for the equestrian team. I am so lucky. I mean, I'm not lucky that I fell, but I'm so lucky that it was the day after the state show. Is just absolutely like insane. Here, I'm gonna turn this way so you can see my address. This is the receipt and a return label. All right, this is inside. I fell off on Monday, and basically, I hadn't even been riding for that long. I honestly don't even know if I'd been riding for like 5 or 10 minutes, but I was trotting Pippin around, like Pippin of all horses. I'm trotting Pippin around, and he was trotting really fast. He likes to trot fast, but he was zooming around. And you know, he's a Morgan, he likes to trot fast, but he somehow managed to trip over his feet, and I don't exactly know what happened, but the next thing I knew, he was going down. He caught his feet and he fell forward, and he smashed his face in the ground. He's tripped like that before, and like I stayed on, and then like obviously I got off and I checked on him, but he ended up being fine. But this time it felt like he was gonna flip over. I don't know, it was like kind of subconsciously, but there's just sometimes like when it's so weird, like when you're falling, like the feeling of it all, like when something like that's happening. But I kind of like made the decision like I'm coming off because I didn't want him to flip on top of me, and I like flew off, okay, and he managed to get himself back up. I think because I came off, I think if I would have stayed on, he might have gone all the way, like, flipped. I don't really know. Obviously, I couldn't really see what was happening. I was flying off of him. So I land, and I'm pretty sure I, like, landed on my head. Not certain, but here, I'll show you my helmet. You can still see the dirt wedged in the vent. So I, like, landed on my head, and I know that because my helmet came down and, like, smashed my nose. My nose, like, started bleeding everywhere. I, like, I don't even remember hitting my head, but I do remember landing somehow like that. And then it was weird. So I ended up with my legs facing Pippin and, like, on my right side, and there was so much pain in my back. Like, I couldn't think about anything other than pain. Like, my brain, it was the weirdest feeling ever, because I was just on the ground and I was, like, making noise from the pain. Like, I see that. So I actually do ski patrol, and I've seen that thing before with someone who was unconscious but responsive to pain. So, like, if you did something and it caused them discomfort, they'd kind of groan. And, like, that's what I was doing, except I was, like, aware. But I just remember, I don't even know how long it was that I was, like, laying on the ground like this, but eventually, like, it was like I was in two places at once. It almost felt like, I don't even know. There was, like, my subconscious mind. I'm like, oh my god, like, stop. Like, I want to stop making this noise. Like, I just, like, want to lay here and be quiet. Like, what is happening? And then I'm just, like, making this noise, but I'm also like, help. Like, why? Stop. And then eventually I came to, like, stop making, or it was kind of between, I don't even remember, but one of the moms, she's actually, I believe she's either a pediatric nurse or a pediatric doctor. I can't exactly remember. But she had ran in the ring, and she was sitting next to me. And, you know, they're asking, like, what's wrong? And I saw that Pippin had been caught, and he hadn't gone anywhere, but someone had grabbed hold of him. And there were two other people in the ring, and it's not a huge ring, so they'd stopped. And everybody's like, look at me. And they call 911, and they're like, the mom, she's, like, asking what's wrong. And I managed to, like, squeak out, like, back. I don't even think it's in my back. It was just back. And then eventually I was able to talk more and sort of get a grip of everything that happened. And I honestly wasn't that scared because, like, it really hurt my back. My back still hurts. It's Friday. My back still does not feel quite wonderful. But I immediately, like, was in, like, ski patrol mode, I swear, when I hurt myself. And I was like, I felt something. I forgot to say this before, but when I, like, finally was able to think straight and I kind of came to, I had sweat dripping down, like, one drop of sweat dripping down, like, my neck, like, sort of back of my head here. I just remember freaking out. I looked at the mom that was there, and I was like, oh my god, am I bleeding? She was like, no. I was like, thank god, because, like, that'd be bad. But that'll happen. And then I ended up taking a ride in the ambulance and going to the ER and staying there for a long time. They didn't find anything in the x-rays, and I could have stayed for an MRI to, like, determine whether or not I actually had any fractures in my vertebrae, but I would have had to stay there overnight, and that's just, like, not fun. And the only way to treat something like that is rest. So it doesn't matter whether or not I know for, like, a fact, really, if I have a fracture, because if it is small enough that it didn't show up on the x-ray, it's, like, it's not like it's unstable or anything. So just rest and taking it easy. So that was crazy. So now I've got my new helmets so that I can protect my head for any future falls. Which hopefully won't happen anytime soon, because I don't think I could handle that. I don't know when I'll be riding again. Hopefully soon. I'll get on as soon as my back doesn't hurt. But anyway, so this is my new helmet, same as my old one. Kind of excited for new helmet. I absolutely love this stuff. I want to get some more stuff from Back on Track because they make some really cool stuff. Honestly, company that I would love to be sponsored by, Back on Track. Guys. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, that would be cool. All right. Comes in a helmet bag. I think I still have the helmet bag from my first one. All right. Okay. There she is. It looks so nice. My helmet's not so scratched. Like, not only from falling, but just from... Look at the difference. Like, it actually looks so much cleaner. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I'm holding it different, but for some reason... Hold on. Not me smashing it either. If I scratched it already, I'm gonna cry. I'm trying to see if it looks like maybe this one is a little bit... No, they're the same, I think. I think I'm just, like, kind of losing it. And also, this one was in a serious impact, so it could have been, like, squished a little. I don't even know. It comes with an extra helmet liner. It comes with this little soft cover for here, but I need to tighten this so much that it's too bulky to fit under. Let's go ahead and try this on. I just want to make sure. I'm assuming since it's the same helmet, it's going to fit the same way. Padding is a little thicker in this one still. Yeah. Can't shake it off. I'm gonna put it down like that. It looks funny with the stuff on it. But yeah, so that's my new helmet. I'm really hoping that I can get on soon and use it. But obviously I'll have to wait till I'm not in pain just sitting here. At the end of the day, you know, Pip and I are both fine. Got a new helmet and everything's okay. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay horse crazy. Bye.